Okay, how many people do you guys think get lost a year? They're like in the wilderness. Well, it's like around 54% of people get lost in the wilderness a year. And luckily, most of them get found. Some don't. And my presentation or informative speech is about how to thinking now, I forgot it. It's how to stay safe in the wilderness, or how to, make sure you can get noticed. What I did mine over was the magnesium strip. That's that. It is a good safety tool for helping you out in the wilderness, and it could save your life if, things get bad. Because if you get lost, or if you're driving and stuff in the middle of winter and it's cold, that you would need help, or you're needing it. I just forgot all my stuff. You would need it because, you would need it because it could help you and save your life. And if you get cold and stuff out there, you have nothing else to use but that, if you have it. Because if you're out in the cold and stuff and there's no heat, you need something to keep you warm, or something to show people that you're out there. So mine's over that, but to start a fire, you'll need 3 main parts to start it. You need the tinder, which is that. It's like a really small, fine type of wood, or you could use leaves or bark, but bark doesn't burn well, and leaves usually smother. But tinder is like that, and you mostly find dry stuff underneath the trees, or like around trees, because the tops of them hold them down. And then there's usually a lot of that around, like dead pine needles and stuff like that you can use. And then you will need tinder, and that's just a little bit bigger, like stick-like stuff to put around it, because when you light the kindling, it burns fast and it goes out fast. Like it'll start real good and then it'll go out. So you need something to keep it fueled, and that would be tinder. Then after that, you would need the biggest stuff, the wood. But you couldn't just all throw that in a giant pile and think it'll light, because it won't. You need a certain way to arrange it so it'll burn enough to make everything catch. And that would be, there's 3 main parts. There's the teepee and the lean-to, which is you lean the stuff on a log and put the stuff under it so it burns up. The teepee goes like that, and you put the stuff in it and it burns up. But I chose to use the log cabin because it's one of my favorites. Because I remember when I was little and I used to make them, and I used to think people were in them and stuff, but we would make little wax people. It's pretty cool. But yeah, and it's one of the fastest and easiest, well, not fastest, but the one that probably will start the best, because all the wood's stacked up and stuff. So he burns over there and over there. And after that, you would need to scrape off your magnesium, because the striker, you can't just strike and think that wood will catch from sparks. And you need something that burns really, really hot. And magnesium, on the other side of the magnesium strip, when it's shaved off, it burns, it'll burn red hot and glow. But you can't just use it, it won't just light when it's on it, because it's too thick and concentrated. You need it in little chips. And then after that, you get a little pile like that. And once you get a good sized pile, you put it inside of the kindling, or near the kindling, around it. So when it lights that, and it keeps going. And sometimes, if you want, you can use dry sheets, because it's kind of like kindling, dry sheets and dry because it burns real easy. So you might have that on you, or any clothes or something, when you're lost. And then after that, you just spark it, and if you set it up all right and stuff, it'll catch the magnesium and it'll just burn. And it'll start a nice little fire, but you have to keep adding onto it. And sometimes if it doesn't start right away, you'll have to blow on it to get the embers and stuff to burn faster and hotter, to get oxygen into it. And then once you get all that done, you have it, you get a nice big fire.